I didn't realize how much I was being judged before I ever spoke until I started paying attention to the silent language of appearance, the subtle signals I was sending without saying a word. And what I discovered wasn't about vanity or perfection. It was about respect, discipline, and identity. Because grooming, when done right, isn't about impressing others. It's about aligning how I present myself with who I know I can become. Step 10, the least important but where I began, was simply paying attention. I looked at myself honestly, my hair, my skin, my posture, and instead of ignoring the details, I acknowledged them. One morning, I caught my reflection and realized I had been settling for good enough without even questioning it. Step 9 was basic hygiene. Showering consistently, using deodorant, keeping my nails clean, simple habits I once took for granted. But I noticed something immediate. When I handled the basics well, everything else felt easier to build on. Step 8 was scent. I underestimated how powerful it was. Finding a fragrance that suited me wasn't about excess, it was about subtlety. One spray, not 5. Clean, intentional, noticeable only when someone was close enough to matter. Step 7 was hair. Not just cutting it, but maintaining it. Finding a style that fit my face, keeping it consistent, not waiting until it looked unmanageable. A fresh haircut didn't just change how I looked, it changed how I carried myself. Step 6 was skincare. I stopped ignoring it and started keeping it simple. Cleanser, moisturizer, consistency. Within weeks, my skin looked healthier, and I realized how much of grooming is about care, not complexity. Step 5 was facial hair. Whether clean-shaven or bearded, I learned that intention mattered. Edges clean, lines defined. I stopped letting it grow without direction and started treating it like part of my overall presentation. Step 4 was clothing fit. Not expensive clothes, but well-fitting ones. I realized that how something fits matters more than what brand it carries. A simple outfit that fits properly can elevate everything. Step 3 was posture and presence. Grooming wasn't just what I wore or how I looked. It was how I carried myself. Standing straighter, moving with intention, making eye contact. Those subtle shifts made a bigger impact than I expected. Step 2 was consistency. Not grooming only when it was convenient or necessary, but making it part of my routine. Showing up the same way every day, whether anyone noticed or not. That consistency built discipline. And then there was step 1. The most important, the foundation beneath it all. Self-respect. Grooming stopped being something I did for appearances and became something I did for myself. A daily reminder that I value who I am and who I'm becoming. As I committed to these steps, the changes were undeniable. Not just in how others responded to me, but in how I felt about myself. I was more confident, more intentional, more aware. What surprised me most was that none of it required perfection. It required effort, consistency, and attention to detail. Grooming became more than maintenance. It became a reflection of discipline, a visible sign of internal standards. And in the end, I realized that how I present myself is not about seeking approval, but about expressing alignment. Alignment between who I am and who I'm working to become. Because when I take care of the details, I'm not just improving my appearance. I'm reinforcing a mindset, building habits, and stepping into a version of myself that doesn't happen by accident, but by choice, one decision at a time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the Digital Mentor 727 via YouTube.